10 Stoic rules for life. Master self-respect and command attention. Have you ever found yourself amidst a gathering of people, yet experienced a peculiar sense of being overlooked, as if your presence barely registered? It's that distinct feeling of being physically present, but seemingly unacknowledged, much like a fleeting shadow on a wall. Visible, perhaps, but easily disregarded. This can feel like a silent ache, an internal struggle where your inherent worth seems muted, despite your most earnest attempts to be heard or seen. But what if there existed a method to amplify your presence, allowing you to be truly heard without resorting to shouting, and genuinely seen without needing a literal spotlight? Today, we're going to delve into the underlying principles that enable you to command attention, not through mere volume or flashiness, but through the undeniable power of your authentic self. We will explore 10 profound Stoic principles designed to help you cultivate an irresistible aura, transforming you into the kind of individual others naturally gravitate towards. The voice that can quiet a room, the heart that resonates with respect and admiration. Stay with us as we unveil the secrets to fundamentally changing not only how others perceive you, but perhaps more importantly, how you perceive yourself. Let's embark on this journey, starting with the foundational principle, Rule 1. Assume responsibility for your own well-being. Imagine you've just boarded an airplane, and the flight attendant begins the safety demonstration. The instruction to secure your own oxygen mask before attempting to assist anyone else is a perfect encapsulation of this first rule. At its core, it's about understanding a fundamental truth. You simply cannot give from a place of depletion. Similarly, it's incredibly challenging for others to genuinely value you if you haven't first established and recognized your own inherent worth. This isn't an act of selfishness. Rather, it's an essential act of self-preservation and wisdom. Acknowledge your value and ensure you are not merely a supporting character in someone else's narrative, but the central figure in your own life story. By consciously placing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being at the very top of your priorities, you are broadcasting a powerful message. You are signaling that you are not a passive recipient for the demands and needs of others, but a strong, self-sustaining pillar of your own existence. Consider the impact of encountering someone who possesses a clear understanding of their own value, who doesn't anxiously pursue external validation or affection, but instead diligently nurtures their own self-respect. There's an undeniable magnetism about such individuals. They aren't desperately seeking approval from the outside world because they are grounded and secure in their own self-worth. And that inner security, that quiet, unwavering confidence, is profoundly attractive. This principle serves as your explicit permission to step confidently into your own light. It represents the Stoic approach to building meaningful connections, not upon the unstable ground of neediness or dependence, but upon the solid, unshakable bedrock of self-respect. We can draw significant inspiration from the core tenets of Stoic philosophy itself, which teaches that our experience of reality is shaped less by the external events that befall us, and more by our internal response and interpretation of those events. As the great Stoic philosopher and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, it is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. This timeless wisdom forms the subtle, yet powerful undercurrent of this first rule, underscoring the critical importance of cultivating a resilient and self-respecting attitude towards life's ever-unfolding circumstances. To further illustrate this point, let's look to the historical figure of Lucius Quinctius Cincinnatus, a celebrated exemplar of Roman virtue. More than just a distinguished military leader, Cincinnatus was a man defined by his unwavering principles. When presented with the dazzling allure of absolute power, he made the remarkable choice to remain steadfastly true to his core values. He famously relinquished the seductive trappings of prestige and authority, opting instead for the dignified simplicity of his farm life, a profoundly bold decision that commanded immense respect from his contemporaries and subsequent generations. His story offers a powerful lesson that resonates deeply with this principle. The true measure of your worth and the depth of the respect you command are intrinsically linked to how consistently you prioritize your principles and integrity above all else. In living this way, you not only honor your own being, but also naturally attract the genuine respect and focused attention of those around you. Moving on to Rule 2. Cultivate your distinctiveness and value. Envision yourself not as just another face in the crowd, but as a unique masterpiece painting, something not meant to be merely glanced at in passing, but to be truly admired, studied, and deeply valued. You possess an inherent uniqueness, a richness that extends far beyond superficial appearances. When others are compelled to invest their precious time, energy, and effort into connecting with you, the relationship naturally deepens and establishes strong roots. It's a universally acknowledged truth of human psychology. We tend to cherish and value more highly those things for which we have had to work or strive. Therefore, if others genuinely desire to be a meaningful part of your life, allow them the opportunity to ascend the mountain, rather than simply strolling through an easily accessible open gate. The very act of investing effort increases their perceived value of your presence in their life. Earning recognition is not an automatic right. It is a privilege that comes from a mix of distinctive qualities you offer, a blend that is rarely encountered. This isn't about playing games with others. It's about truly understanding your own worth and letting people discover it through their own actions. When someone makes the effort to recognize your value, you evolve from being a transient thought into someone who leaves a lasting impression. Consider the wisdom of Seneca. A gem is never polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. These words capture the essence of your worth, not merely existing, but being actively sought after. Consider also the historic example of Alexander the Great and his mentor Aristotle. Aristotle was far more than an ordinary teacher. He was a foundational figure in Alexander's life, providing essential wisdom for a man destined to lead an empire. Fueled by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, Alexander invested deeply in learning from Aristotle. Their relationship was not just about transferring information. It was a profound exchange where the student recognized the invaluable nature of his mentor's insights. Aristotle didn't simply impart facts. He guided Alexander on a challenging path toward deeper wisdom, making his counsel a cherished asset. In the same way, present yourself as a worthwhile investment, a journey of value that gradually makes you indispensable to those around you. Now, consider the art of subtlety. Picture your life as an unfolding novel where you are both the author and the protagonist. Although your story is richly layered, not every chapter needs to be shared openly. Keeping certain details cloaked in a gentle aura of mystery invites others to lean in, engage, and yearn for more insights. As Seneca wisely noted, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, reminding us that revealing too much can diminish your allure. Let your expression be like an artist's delicate brushstrokes, revealing just enough to spark curiosity while leaving the complete picture intriguingly unfinished. The hidden parts of your story create a space where others can dream, speculate, and become more invested in your journey. Reflect on the enigmatic allure of Cleopatra, whose mystique was as compelling as her charisma. Emulate that same mystique in your interactions. Present yourself as a narrative with an irresistible cover and selectively disclosed chapters. This approach transforms you from a fleeting thought into an ongoing discovery. Your life, then, becomes a series of unforgettable installments rather than a single headline, each part drawing people closer and inspiring them to keep following your story. Finally, cultivate a selective presence. Think of yourself as a master painter who carefully chooses prestigious galleries to display their art instead of placing their work on every street corner. Your time should be viewed similarly, as a crafted canvas of meaningful commitments rather than an open diary accessible to everyone. Your presence, like an eagerly awaited gallery opening or a renowned chef's exclusive dining experience, should feel like a rare, cherished opportunity. This approach isn't about being unreachable. Rather, It ensures that your time and company are valued and anticipated, making your presence a truly sought-after experience. When you prioritize your time, you create an aura of respect and worth around yourself. By being discerning with how you spend your time, you're not playing hard to get. You're simply aligning with the Stoic principle of valuing your most finite resource. As Seneca's words remind us, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. By being strategic with your availability, you make your time feel more precious and your interactions more meaningful. Consider the story of Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk on the moon. He didn't just make history. He became selective with his public appearances afterward. He wasn't reclusive, but he chose to engage in events and causes that were meaningful, making his presence all the more impactful. Armstrong's selectivity added to the aura of his persona, showing that a carefully managed presence enhances your significance in the eyes of others. Like Armstrong, when you're selective with your time, your presence is not just welcomed, it's celebrated. Your life, much like the moon's rare glimpses, becomes a noteworthy event, not just another phase in the night sky. Creating your own path to happiness is also crucial. The essence of a truly magnetic personality lies in the ability to cultivate one's own happiness. This doesn't imply isolation. Rather, it's about being the architect of your own joy. When you radiate self-fulfillment and contentment, it naturally makes you more appealing to others. You become like a tree that thrives on its own, deeply rooted in the soil of self-satisfaction. This independence in crafting your happiness sends a clear message. You are a complete entity, not seeking completion from others, but offering a rich, fulfilled self to share. The process of self-cultivated joy involves indulging in pursuits that bring you personal satisfaction and peace. It's about celebrating your individual achievements, enjoying your own company, and finding laughter in the quirks of your daily life. When you are content in your world, your company becomes a sought-after experience. Your happiness is not a mirror reflecting others. It is a light emanating from within. Stoicism teaches us the value of internal fortitude. As Seneca put it, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This philosophy encourages you to find contentment in the present moment, drawing joy from your internal state rather than external circumstances. An example of this principle is the life of Ludwig van Beethoven. Despite facing tremendous challenges, including the loss of his hearing, Beethoven continued to compose some of the most celebrated pieces of music in history. His ability to find joy in the midst of adversity, to create beauty from the depths of personal struggle, speaks volumes about the power of internal happiness. Beethoven's life was not defined by his limitations, but by his extraordinary ability to transcend them through his passion and creativity. Like Beethoven, your journey to happiness is about creating a symphony from the experiences of your life. Each note, each melody that you create in your quest for joy contributes to a masterpiece that is your life. This approach makes you not just an individual who seeks happiness, but one who embodies it. Your life becomes a beacon of self-achieved joy, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of personal fulfillment. By creating your own happiness, you don't just live, you resonate, leaving a lasting impact on those around you. Finally, fostering emotional equilibrium is essential for navigating relationships. Rule 6 is about understanding that relationships require a sail, not an anchor in the sea of emotions. It's about being able to navigate the ups and downs of life with balance and poise. When you can maintain your emotional equilibrium, you become a rock for others, a source of stability and comfort. You're not easily swayed by the whims of others, and you're not prone to dramatic mood swings. Instead, you're a steady presence, a calming influence that brings peace and tranquility to those around you. By mastering your emotions, you create a sense of safety and security, allowing others to feel more at ease in your presence. This, in turn, fosters deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. So, remember to prioritize your emotional well-being, to take care of your inner world, and to cultivate a sense of balance and harmony in your life. By doing so, you'll become a magnet for positive relationships, and you'll live a life that is filled with love, laughter, and adventure. Emotional attachment can be likened to a double-edged sword. It has the potential to both enhance and disrupt your interactions with others. The essential skill lies in achieving emotional balance, which means ensuring that your feelings contribute to the conversation without dominating it entirely. It's about sharing your emotions while maintaining clarity in your judgment and not allowing those feelings to take control of your relationships. Embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we recognize that while emotions are an inherent part of our human experience, they should be managed with care and perspective. As the philosopher Seneca wisely noted, one of the best remedies for anger is to take a moment to pause. This principle can be applied to all emotions. Allowing yourself a brief moment to breathe between feeling and reacting creates a space for reflection. This pause ensures that your emotional responses are thoughtful and measured rather than impulsive and erratic. Your aim should be to cultivate a harmonious blend where your emotions are acknowledged, but do not overwhelm the situation. Think of it like a chef who balances various flavors in a dish. If one ingredient is too dominant, it can overshadow the others. Similarly, in relationships, excessive attachment or emotional intensity can obscure your true value and create an imbalance in how you are perceived by others. Consider the example of a skilled diplomat during negotiations. Such individuals demonstrate a profound understanding of emotional intelligence, showing empathy and sensitivity while still holding firm to their objectives. Their strength lies in their ability to remain emotionally engaged yet strategically detached, maintaining a balanced perspective that earns them respect and fosters productive interactions. By adopting a balanced emotional stance, you transform from merely being a participant in your relationships to becoming a conductor of emotional dynamics. You guide the emotional tone of your interactions, ensuring that while your feelings are recognized, they do not dictate the terms of your relationships. This balanced approach not only enhances your personal well-being, but also elevates how others perceive you, marking you as someone with depth, understanding, and emotional intelligence. As you navigate through life, it is crucial to prioritize your own narrative. Remember this fundamental principle. Do not allow someone else to become the center of your universe. Visualize yourself as the captain of a ship, charting a course through uncharted waters with a clear vision and purpose. Your life is an adventure filled with personal quests and discoveries, and while relationships are important crew members on this journey, they should not steer the ship. This principle encourages you to embrace your individual journey, complete with its unique ambitions, hobbies, and social circles, which adds a captivating depth to your character, making you a more interesting and well-rounded individual. Think of two planets in a solar system, each following its own orbit yet part of a larger, harmonious cosmos. Reflecting on the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we find that he who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. This highlights the importance of maintaining your identity and personal journey within a relationship. Such a balanced approach not only enhances your well-being, but also elevates your status in the eyes of others, marking you as a person of depth, understanding, and emotional intelligence. Consider the life of Ernest Shackleton, the famous polar explorer. Shackleton's expeditions were fueled by his own vision and relentless pursuit of adventure, rather than by the expectations or desires of others. His life is a remarkable narrative of leadership, perseverance, and self-discovery. Despite facing unimaginable challenges, he remained steadfast in his goals, carving out a legacy that continues to inspire people today. Shackleton's journey was not merely about exploring uncharted territories. It was about showcasing the magnetic appeal of an individual who follows his own path with conviction and courage. By steering your own life with purpose and passion, you become more than just a character in someone else's story. You emerge as an inspiring figure in your own right. Crafting your own engaging story is a self-motivated approach to living that not only enhances your personal experiences, but also introduces a distinctive an appealing aspect to your relationships. Your life transforms into a powerful illustration of personal freedom and the charm of an independent mindset. Rule 8. Be unmistakably valued. Embrace the idea that people often come to appreciate the true worth of something only when they face the possibility of losing it. In this light, position yourself as someone who is not merely a part of their life, but as an essential and irreplaceable component. This doesn't imply that you should exploit their fears. Rather, it's about highlighting your unique attributes and the significant role you play in their existence. To achieve this, nurture a life filled with independence, purpose, and self-sufficiency. By leading a fulfilling life on your own, you naturally become someone others desire to keep close. They should perceive your presence in their lives as a privilege and a source of joy, rather than just a routine aspect. This principle aligns with Stoic philosophy, which underscores the importance of inner strength and self-reliance. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your true power lies in how you shape and navigate your life, crafting a narrative that is inherently valuable and captivating. Consider the dynamics of a successful sports team. Each player contributes their unique skills, but some players are crucial to the outcome of the game. Their presence is not just beneficial, it is essential. If they were absent, the team's dynamics and performance would be significantly altered. These players create a sense of indispensability. They're not just participants, but game changers. Their teammates and fans recognize their unique contributions and the profound impact they have on the game. By embodying this level of indispensability in your relationships, you encourage others to recognize your true value and the unique contributions you offer. It's about helping them understand and appreciate that your presence enriches their lives in ways that would be deeply felt if you were not there. This realization shifts the dynamic, making you a valued and essential part of their world. Rule 9. Balance communication dynamics. Rule 9 is rooted in the principle of maintaining balance in your communication habits. It suggests a shift away from always being the one to initiate conversations. Constantly starting interactions can create the impression of being overly available or excessively eager. This rule advocates for a more measured approach, allowing the other person the space to reach out, which indicates their interest and investment in the relationship. This balanced communication strategy not only demonstrates that your life is full and busy with other pursuits, but it also serves as a measure of their level of engagement and interest. If you're always the one to initiate, it becomes difficult to determine whether the interaction is mutually desired or if it is one-sided. Adopting this principle does not mean playing games or withholding communication as a tactic. Rather, it is about establishing a reciprocal pattern of interaction that fosters mutual respect and effort. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. Applied to communication, this means avoiding behaviors that undermine your self-worth or lead to an unbalanced relationship dynamic. It's about maintaining a dignified approach to interactions, ensuring that your efforts are matched and valued. By not always being the initiator, you promote a healthier, more reciprocal communication dynamic. This approach not only honors your own time and dignity, but also allows the other person to demonstrate their interest and commitment. The significance of interest and dedication in a relationship cannot be overstated. It serves as a subtle yet powerful mechanism to ensure that both parties feel valued and appreciated, ultimately leading to a more harmonious and satisfying connection. Rule 10. The power to walk away. This rule emphasizes the importance of recognizing your own worth and the necessity of being able to step away from a relationship that fails to respect or acknowledge it. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a bold statement of self-respect and a reaffirmation of your intrinsic value. This principle is not about giving up easily. Instead, it highlights the understanding that your self-worth should never be compromised. Establishing clear boundaries and standards for how you expect to be treated is essential. When these boundaries are consistently overlooked, it becomes vital to muster the courage to distance yourself from the situation. This action is not about being unfeeling or indifferent. It is a profound act of self-care and a commitment to your own well-being. By demonstrating your willingness to leave a detrimental situation, you convey a strong message about your self-respect and the importance of mutual respect in all relationships. Reflecting on the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who famously stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. We see that Rule 10 is centered on the inner strength that comes from self-awareness. While you cannot control the actions of others, you have complete authority over your responses and the standards you set for yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, provides a compelling example of this principle in action. Throughout his life, he faced numerous challenges that tested his values, especially during times of hardship or when confronted with alliances that contradicted his principles. He exemplified the strength to uphold his values, even if it meant severing ties with certain relationships or political affiliations. His life teaches us that, regardless of circumstances, maintaining your integrity and self-respect is of utmost importance. By embracing this rule, you affirm your right to engage in relationships that honor your worth and positively impact your life. It is a commitment to participate only in interactions that are healthy, respectful, and reciprocal. This principle extends beyond romantic relationships. It is applicable to all forms of human connection. It is about recognizing your value and having the courage to walk away from situations that fail to acknowledge it. We have explored 10 transformative rules designed to help you become a person who commands respect and attention in the lives of others. These guidelines assist you in cultivating a captivating presence, encouraging you to be enigmatic, value your time, allow others to pursue you, and prioritize your own well-being. Balancing communication, preserving your individual journey, and nurturing self-sourced joy and emotional stability are crucial elements. Above all, remember the significance of self-respect and the empowering ability to walk away from what does not serve you. This journey is not solely about attracting attention. It is a pathway to building deep, meaningful relationships founded on mutual respect and admiration. By adopting these principles, you evolve into someone who is not just noticed, but genuinely valued and sought after. If you have ever felt like you're merely an option, remember that you possess the power to redefine your role in every relationship. You are invaluable, and it is essential to surround yourself with individuals who recognize and celebrate that. As we wrap up, I encourage you to internalize these strategies, reflect on their importance, and commit to applying them in your daily interactions. Let's make this commitment interactive. If a particular rule resonated with you, feel free to share in the comments. For example, if the idea of embracing the strength to walk away struck a chord with you, comment with "I choose to walk." This signifies the start of a fresh chapter in your life, where you no longer accept being overlooked or marginalized. Instead, you actively choose to surround yourself with individuals who appreciate your worth and contribute positively to your life's journey. This transition is not just about changing your social circle. It's about embracing relationships that uplift and inspire you, fostering an environment where you can thrive and grow. By making this choice, you open the door to new opportunities and experiences that enrich your life.